Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. In this video I'm going to show you an alternative way of how to clean your airbrush. Now, as far as I'm aware, I've not seen anyone else use this method to clean their airbrush, and most people probably won't even need to, but this is just one way how you can really clean up your airbrush quite thoroughly, especially if it's really clogged up. And sometimes the ultrasonic clean might not always cut it if your airbrush is really bad. Hopefully it doesn't get in that state, but it does happen, especially if you're using like GW paints or something like that. They can really be too thick sometimes if you don't thin them enough. So as an example, this is my airbrush I've been using lately. So you can see the cup inside is just filthy. I've been deliberately not cleaning the cup out properly. Obviously I've been cleaning out the parts that matter, just so it doesn't get too blocked, because I've been using it a lot lately. But I want to show you just how bad the cup is, and hopefully by the end of the video it'll be almost like new. So I'll introduce my secret ingredient, and it is Biostrip 20. Now, some people might be familiar with this product, as it's a really good acrylic paint stripper. I use it to strip models if I need to, and this stuff works really quick. I've got the spray bottle here, but you can get it in tubs and all, and other containers I think are available as well. It doesn't really matter too much. So all you need really for this is just obviously your airbrush. I've got an old toothbrush, some cotton buds, these little brushes that I like to use, and also a little container. So let's begin. So I'll try and do all this one hand, I'm afraid, but the first thing you need to do is stick your parts you want to clean in a container. And then just start spraying Biostrip in. It is important really to use gloves when handling this stuff. You can see I've got the gloves on here, just because it can dry your skin out. And I'm going to try to stand the airbrush up. I seem to be have some company from the cat. I think he might be hungry. So yeah, I'm just spraying some in the cup. You don't have to put in as much as I've just put in, really. And if I'll just grab one of these for me. But you can really, it's so much harder just with one hand. But you sort of get the gist. You just need to spread it about on all the places you want to clean. And there's some inside there as well. And some of these little bits and the needle. It's not too great for the actual nozzle really, but if you can try and get up inside, it's a bit hard to do here, but I'll do it properly off camera in a minute. So yeah, basically just, you don't need a lot of it, just a little thin coat. You don't want to just fill up the container with it, that's just too much really, but yeah, you just stick it on the places you need, and then leave it maybe half hour to an hour. To be honest, this stuff will start working after about 5-10 minutes. It's that good, but obviously the longer you leave it, the more, the better it will be. So I'm going to leave it for 10 minutes. I'm just going to, off camera, just put some in other areas where I can't really do too easily one-handed, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we're back. I've set the camera tripod up just to make it easier for me. So I've left it soak. I've only really left it soak for about 10 minutes, but I think that is enough. So basically just the next thing to do is just to start scrubbing it with an old toothbrush to begin with. And as you can see already, a lot of the paint is already coming off from inside. And you can use cotton bud again just to get in there. And I've got these brushes as well, if you need a rougher edge. So So it's just a case really of giving it a good scrub. Obviously if you leave it soaked for a bit longer it'll be a bit easier. And yeah, you'll see it sort of goes quite sort of soapy, but that's fine, that's how it's meant to go, because once you just give it a good enough scrub, the next thing to do is just rinse it under a tap, which I'll do now. Okay, so I've rinsed it under a tap and did some more scrubbing as I rinsed, but you can see inside the cup already, so that's almost spotless. There's a few bits where the paint was thicker, but as I said, I've only let it soak for about 10 minutes, if that. So if you leave it soak for like an hour or something, that will really react with the paint. You've got to make sure you give it a good thorough rinse, because obviously you don't want any Biostrip getting mixed up with your paint when you go to airbrush, because that'll just be disastrous. I do recommend actually just running it through the ultrasonic cleaner once you've done this, just to be on the safe side. You probably don't need to, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So yeah, as simple as that really, just using Biostrip 20 just to clean up old bits of paint off your airbrush. I know a lot of people probably just keep the cup quite dirty. I've seen professional painters on YouTube just with dirty cups. I mean, it's not too much of a issue, but I just like to have a clean cup. Obviously you want it clean inside, so if you do get any clogs, you know, this is really handy. It can be a bit of a pain in the nozzle, because obviously you've got thick bits of paint coming out of there. That could be quite bad, but at least the stuff loosens it up, and it should be easy enough to get out really. Obviously I haven't done the other pieces yet, but I'll quickly rinse them and then I'll show you the brush after. Okay, so the brush has been put back together, minus the end piece, which I don't normally use very often. See, yeah, again, there's little bits of paint left in the cup, but if I had left it longer, I'd have got all that out. But yeah, the brush is almost as good as new. So yeah, this is basically just a demonstration to show what Biostrip can do in regards to cleaning airbrush. Obviously most of you know basics of just how to clean the airbrush. So yeah, that literally just took about 15 minutes, with like 10 minutes of it just being the dry time. I don't know why I keep playing with it, but yeah, literally next to no scrubbing really needed. The paint just comes right off. So yeah, I really recommend the stuff. If you're looking for a really good solution to strip paint off miniatures as well, this stuff's really good for metal and plastic models. It can even do fine cast to a degree. But yeah, I'm actually really digging it in regards to cleaning the airbrush. And you know, got a nice smooth trigger pull as well, which I didn't really have as good before. But like I say, this is just a cheap brush and I've just been sort of abusing it lately just for this video. But yeah, I am really impressed with just how easy this can just clean it up. So yeah, so that's Biostrip 20. Again, you're best off just giving it a quick ultrasonic clean, just to make sure there's no little residue of Biostrip in there, because you don't want that when you paint. But yeah, so that's that basically. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video, and I'll see you again.